y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, almost. If you're like me, you're scrambling, you're anxious, you have no idea what you're going to do in the kitchen for Thanksgiving. You probably have a lot of people. Maybe you've got some relatives coming into town. You don't want me in your kitchen, but you definitely want Elizabeth Stone in your kitchen. She's joining us again, our favorite chef from SIlverStone events.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
I know you're very
so
busy
much fun.
at this time of
Yes,
year.
but I'm so happy to be here.
It kind of is one of your busiest times.
It is. From now until the end of December, we're just, 150 parties in that time frame.
Well, thank you
kind of go crazy.
Joining us.
Of course. Happy to be here.
Because I have so many questions. Back in the day when my mom and I would do Thanksgiving, oftentimes we would take advantage of the incredible buffets in town.
Yeah.
The Ritz-Carlton.
Nothing wrong with that. That's awesome.
But now that I'm a little bit older, I have a 9-year-old son. I figured maybe should I learn how to cook a turkey?
You can learn how to cook a turkey, or you can call me and I'll cook it for you.
All right, or I could just ask you a bunch of questions.
Yes, but I'm happy to show you how to cook a turkey.
I would love.
And we're going to make that very easy for you today.
Now,
so
let's start
with
a little bit of liquid celebration.
So this is I call this my Thanksgiving Cranberry Sparkler.
Ooh,
so it's rosé champagne with a splash of Grand Marnier and cranberry juice. And it should be pretty yummy.
Yes.
Good, huh?
Yes.
The Grand Marnier just gives it a little kick.
Yeah, no, perfect.
I like that.
For the season. Now, we've got the traditional Thanksgiving spread. So you may have some of these dishes. Maybe you have lots of other dishes. But for us, this is kind of what the
classic Southern Thanksgiving dinner.
But that doesn't mean we know how to make it. I don't know how to get those mashed potatoes moist.
Yes, you do.
All right. So let's start with the big bad turkey.
Okay.
Because that takes the most time.
It does. Yeah. It does. So with a turkey, there's several ways to cook a turkey. And if you read online, everybody wants you to brine a turkey, which is to put it in a liquid and let it soak overnight. And I hate to say this to you all, but it's just a lot of trouble.
It is a lot of trouble. Like, what do you put it in?
Yeah, in a big pot. And it's just too much trouble for me. And, turkey, for me, turkey's just important.
Yeah.
But all this other stuff's the good stuff, right?
More important, right? Yeah.
So I actually like to cook my turkey in a roasting bag. And one of the great things about doing that is it cuts the time out about an hour and a half out of your time frame. So if you're trying to do that, you don't have to use a roasting bag. You can just put it in a roaster. It's important to add butter to your turkey.
Now, when you say roaster, you mean oven?
A roasting pan to go in the oven. I'm sorry. Yes.
Listen, this is Thanksgiving 101. This
not
your regular Thanksgiving
pan, Katie. A big pan with the turkey in it.
Okay.
And so what I do is I put a lot of butter on top. And then if you want your skin to be crispy, you put a little flour on top of that butter and it'll crisp it up. Turkeys you want to cook them at a lower temperature, at like 325 degrees. Okay. And it's 15 minutes per pound of turkey. So that's a good tip.
Good tip. 15 minutes per
pound.
1 pound of turkey.
Right.
So if you have a 10-pound turkey,
it's an hour and 50 minutes.
About hour. Yeah.
And the other thing, whenever you're cooking a turkey, you always want to have an instant read thermometer. And you can get them at the grocery store. They're like $8. Long skinny ones. And people make the mistake. They leave it in the turkey and put it back in the oven and it melts. You don't want to do that. Okay. It's instant read. So you stick it in there in the deepest part of the breast.
Like right here?
Further back. Deepest part of the breast.
Oh, okay. So the widest part of the breast.
Within 5 seconds, you will have a temperature reading.
Take it out.
No, leave it in until you get the reading.
Yeah.
And then you can take it out. But you're looking for 165 degrees to make sure your turkey's completely done.
Got it.
The other thing that's great about cooking a turkey is you want to pull it out of the oven and let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes before you serve it. Because with all meats, when they're cooling, they drink up that liquid. So all of that liquid that it's rendered goes back into the turkey and makes it nice and moist.
Because that's the biggest complaint I see from Thanksgiving turkey at home cooks, chefs, is it's so dry.
It's dry, yeah.
And they just don't know how to fix that.
Yeah. So you just, if you let it sit, most people take it out of the oven and serve it.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And I no way, shape, or form would understand that moistness is actually a tool. So
it is, and it's a
get
good
rid of
tool. and also some people use that to make their gravy. You don't have to, but some people use that liquid to make the gravy. But most of it will soak drink back into the turkey.
Absorb. Now, you have some very interesting items in your turkey. What are people putting in their turkey these days? I'm not a fan of putting the stuffing in the turkey.
Me either. Yeah. I don't like to cook stuffing in the turkey because you never know if it gets cooked enough, and that makes me very nervous. So if you want to serve it that way, cook it outside and then stuff it in at the last minute. And that's okay. But we put onions and oranges and rosemary inside the cavity. So when it's cooking, all of those aromatics release into the meat.
I love that.
And then butter, and more butter.
Okay, so butter, and then you've got oranges, onions, you've got some cranberries. But what are some other good options to stick in that turkey to make it?
Any kind of herbs, like you could do basil, sage, thyme. You could do like a little garni of all that inside.
Apples,
onions, peaches. Garlic. I've never done that, but I bet it would be good.
Yeah.
Anything citrus. You could do grapefruit or lemons would be good to release that. And sometimes people peel the skin back and butter under the skin and put herbs under there. So then pull it. You've seen that probably. Like Martha Stewart does that, you know.
What about, and I've always wondered this, what about the maple turkey, the maple coated? Is there any maple or brown sugar or honey? Because that's like when I go to the store and I see the maple brown turkey, baby, that's me. I want that.
So if you want to do that, that's great. So what I usually do is if you're using brown sugar, you want to put it in a pan with a little water and melt it so it's not granulated, or the maple syrup. And so when you've got about 20 to 30 minutes left, you just take a brush and brush that right on the top and put it back in the oven, and it will caramelize on the top.
That's what I want to do.
And then there you go. So, and you could do brown sugar mixed with maple syrup.
Oh,
which would be really good.
And maybe put a little bit of fruit garnish in there too.
Or you could squeeze a little orange juice in there.
Do you need an assistant?
Always.
I feel like we've got some.
Yeah, well, you're food sister, just like your mom was. We go way back.
All right. Now, maybe the most important part, because this is the part I feel like gets sent home for extras, to go. It's always the part I look forward to the most on day 4, day 5 of Thanksgiving. I'm the one that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I'm like, I'm on day 4 of my Thanksgiving leftovers. How about you? All right, let's talk about the stuffing.
I actually don't eat turkey on Thanksgiving. I wait and make a sandwich the next day. I just eat the sides.
Pro move, y'all. That's the pro move.
All right, so these are my family favorites. Everybody has their own, but so this is a corn souffle. Really yummy. Here, why don't you just dig in that and show that? Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Right in the middle?
Right in the middle so they can see it. How pretty it is. And then just look how that, look at all that corn and goodness.
It's like a Williams Sonoma catalog.
Look how pretty that is.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to leave it right there.
All right. Yeah. And then this is a sweet potatoes. Now, a lot of people do marshmallows. I like pecans, and we put orange juice in our sweet potatoes. So it's got a really nice texture, but it's not too sweet.
So it's the traditional sweet potato casserole. So you're getting real sweet potatoes.
Real sweet potatoes with brown sugar, butter.
Chop them up.
Yeah. Brown sugar, butter. Well, we cook them. We boil them.
Okay.
And then mash them up.
Okay.
And then we fold in butter, orange juice, and some seasonings like cinnamon. And then we put the pecans on top. So it has a nice crusty top.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to add mushrooms. Marshmallows.
That sounds good, though, actually. But is there anything in the pecans, or is it just chopped up pecans?
No, it's just chopped up pecans.
Okay.
And I mean, you could have maple roasted pecans. You could add maple syrup too if you wanted. I don't like things too sweet because I like to taste the vegetable or whatever you're doing. So that's just me.
Yeah. Well, and it's uncomplicated. So
super simple.
If you're maybe making Thanksgiving, let's say for the first time, that's a great recipe.
Very simple.
3 or 4 ingredients.
Just boil your sweet potatoes, peel them after you boil them, mash them up, and then add your butter and brown sugar and a little cinnamon, and you're good to go.
Easy Thanksgiving. Yep. All right. Mashed potatoes
Everybody's.
are You know, I feel like there's mashed potato wars every house you go to. Everyone has their own way. Do you put milk in? Do you put butter in? Do you put raisins in? Do you put brown sugar? What do you do to get it to taste good and be moist?
Butter. Butter. And more butter. Butter makes everything taste good.
Yep.
So what we do is we, again, boil the potatoes, peel them, boil them. And you mash them a little bit, and you literally put as much butter as there is potatoes in it. Okay? But
in your professional opinion,
if you want them to taste good, and then you can either do milk or heavy cream. It's up to you.
But what's the difference in taste?
Heavy cream makes it a little richer and a little thicker. Milk's going to make it a little lighter. Okay?
Yeah.
But the whole key to mashed potatoes is when they're hot, you take a hand mixer, hand beater, and you beat them when they're hot. You cannot let them cool. You can let them cool afterwards.
They get too hard.
They get too hard, and all the gluten's in the potato and all they bind once they're cool. And so you want them to stay. If you look at this, see how nice and creamy that is?
Yeah. Now, what kind of potato is
These are just russet potatoes.
So just regular russet?
Idaho russets, or they don't even have to be from Idaho, but just russet potatoes.
But you could do red potato, white
you
potato.
You can, and a lot of people do red potatoes and leave the skins on, and it has a different look to it. But when you're beating them with the beaters, you can't get them as creamy because the skins get in the way.
Got it.
And red potatoes are harder. They're smaller, and they're harder to peel. So if you want the super creamy, and so we just do the butter and the potatoes, some salt, and then you just pour in enough milk or cream just till it gets to that consistency you want.
Now, I'm curious, this is one of your busiest times of the year. Are a lot of people going out to eat for Thanksgiving now? Are they catering? Are they doing a little bit of mix of both? What's the trend these days?
I find is that a lot of my clients call me, and we pre-prepare, like all of these things we pre-prepare in quarts. They're not cooked, but they're ready to go. So then the morning of Thanksgiving, you just dump them into your dish and bake it. So it makes it super simple.
Easy, yeah.
And I think people want that home cooked style, but they don't want to go to the trouble that it takes 5 days to prep everything.
Yeah.
Well,
and you want it to taste good.
Yes.
Because we've all seen those videos online of Thanksgiving guests unhappy.
Yeah.
With the taste of the food.
Well,
right? We don't want to start any arguments here over the food.
My sister and I have this joke that when we're shopping for Thanksgiving, that of course I let the food shop makes it all for me now, but in the old days, we'd buy 10 pounds of butter to have on hand just for Thanksgiving. A pound of butter per person is kind of how I estimate it,
you got some extra.
I mean, if you're going to eat it Thanksgiving, you're going to eat it Thanksgiving, you diet the next day. That's my whole theory.
Sweatpants in the closet,
baby.
Elizabeth, because a pound of butter per person.
Well, I'm not sure they eat a pound of butter, but you got to have it to make everything. So, all right.
All right. Let's move on to the stuffing, because again, moistness is a problem for me with the stuffing.
Right.
Yeah.
So stuffing or cornbread dressing, or dressing, stuffing or dressing?
Oh, cornbread dressing.
Cornbread dressing.
Yeah.
So what's the difference in stuffing and dressing?
You tell me what's different. I don't know.
So traditionally people in the Northeast call it stuffing. Whether they stuff it in the turkey or not.
Yeah.
But that's where the name came from, is stuffing it in the turkey.
That's what I grew up.
And now we know it's better not to stuff the turkey and put it in later, right? But in the South, they always made it on the side. I mean, we're going back 50, 100 years. And so it was called dressing because it was on the side. And traditionally, cornbread is dressing and stuffing is made with bread. Not always. They really can be interchangeable, but it always comes up every year for me. It just cracks me up about what's the difference.
Yeah.
So this is a classic cornbread dressing.
Yeah, let me get in there.
And it's, go dig in there. And so it is, no, this is the bread.
Oh, sorry. This is,
cornbread.
Yeah.
Can you reach it?
Get in here. Reach that in there. Yeah, and sometimes, there you go. I'm just going to take a little bite. Is that okay?
Might as well, yeah.
No, and sometimes, and again, I like seeing this, you can put meat in
You
this,
can.
right?
You can. A lot of people do oysters or other things in it.
Mm.
But I'm an old-fashioned classic girl. So this is unsweetened cornbread. So I don't like to make it with sugar.
Elizabeth.
And it's onion, celery, and green onions.
Can I go again?
Butter and more butter.
Elizabeth, I can
And
taste the
chicken
butter.
broth.
I can
Yes,
taste
of course
the
you
butter.
can.
That is very, very good. I mean, that is a must-have.
Because it's good and it's simple, but it's moist, right?
And it's going to reheat really well.
Oh, it reheats great.
It's very moist. It's going to reheat, and it goes with everything. Now, what kind of additional items could you put in that if you wanted to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit?
A lot of people like sage in their dressing. I don't, but a lot of people do. You could add pecans to it.
Ooh.
You could add apples to it.
Ooh.
I mean, there are a lot of things a lot of people make oyster dressing, and so some people chop up oysters and put it in there.
Yeah.
So those are all things you could add if you
Sure.
wanted to make it a little more exciting.
But for a first time, if you happen to be doing Thanksgiving for the first time, or you wanted to make more of a simplified dish, you could make it like that.
Yeah,
So what are the
simple.
ingredients really quick on that?
Cornbread, celery, onions, green onions, chicken broth, and butter. Simple.
Done.
You have to taste it kind of at the end to see if it needs more salt, but
Mhm.
we use salted butter, so we always have enough salt. So
Yeah. Yeah.
simple.
No, I love it.
Now, the stuffing, this is our bread stuffing.
Yes.
So we make this with a sourdough bread. You
Yes.
can make it with any kind of bread or baguettes or anything like that.
Mhm.
And it's very similar concept. It's celery, onions, green onions.
Mhm.
You saute them and then add the bread, but then we add apples, pecans, and cranberries to them.
I can see there's a lot going on in there.
So you can see here. You can see all that goodness in there.
I can smell it, Elizabeth.
Doesn't that look good?
Oh my goodness.
So here, you
Y'all,
want to
can
taste
you
this one
smell
too?
this?
And just put a little bit
Just got
there
a
so
little
you
bit
can
right
taste it.
here. This
But
looks like a
again, it's
dessert.
the same concept. Butter and chicken broth enough so it doesn't get dry. That's the mistake that most people make. They don't put enough liquid in it. Like when I'm mixing my dressings, it literally is runny when we put it in the oven. Most people don't make it runny, and that's why you've got enough liquid in it if it's runny. It's like a cake mix. Which one do you like better?
Ma'am. That is the best Thanksgiving stuffing I have ever tried in my life.
Thank you very much.
Hands down.
You're sweet.
I need the recipe for that.
Everybody gets
y'all need
all
the
the
recipe for
recipes.
this.
You're putting them all on there,
We're going to
right?
put them on Fox Local. Don't worry. ElizabethStone has you covered. But that right there, my friends, I am coming to ElizabethStone to get that for my Thanksgiving.
We can do that for you.
Booked. All right. What are we looking at here?
All right. So your mom,
Mhm.
who you know has a very special place in my heart,
Mhm.
this was her cranberry relish that she
Remember it
taught me to
well.
make 12 years ago.
Yep.
So I made it for you today.
Thank you. Now, you know what my mom and I used to do with this cranberry relish.
No. Tell me.
So she would make this cranberry relish as teacher gifts
Oh, what a great idea.
in mason jars.
Yeah.
And then put a little ribbon.
And then do you refrigerate it?
We refrigerate it.
And
but whenever we would tell people the ingredients, they wouldn't believe us because she made up the ingredients herself. And they're like, what do you mean you put the whole orange in there with the rind? But this is truly all it is.
So here it is.
And it's raw cranberries.
Raw?
That's the other thing.
So this is simple recipe.
Very
One
simple.
bag of raw cranberries.
Raw cranberries.
This goes all into your food processor.
Mhm. Yep.
One whole orange, rind and all.
Everything. So really scrub the rind. I can remember my mom.
Yeah, you have to
being,
wash the rind.
under the sink, like with a brush, scrubbing, getting it all out.
One green apple.
Same thing. Scrub that.
So all you want to do is take the seeds out and the
Mhm.
core, but you've got skin on.
Yep.
And then a half a cup of sugar. And then sometimes the cranberries are a little bit more tart and you need a little more sugar.
Yep.
But you just pulse it.
Yep.
And then you end up with this beautiful.
And it is so good. And
Let's taste it, see if
can,
I did okay with
You
it.
can season it to taste. And I
Yep.
do like to get like a gala
Mm.
apple
Mm.
or a princess apple, something that's
Mm.
sweet, and then it mixes in. You might remember last year on Fox 26, Chris Williams and I did a Christmas episode,
Mhm.
and we made the relish And he liked it so much, he actually served it during his Christmas dinner with his family.
Well, I'm going to serve this year.
You should. Yes. All right.
And you know, one of the things I was thinking about that would be really fun with this, if you wanted to tweak it a little bit, you could add some fresh mint to it. And if you're one of those that likes kind of the sweet and spicy, you could add a little jalapeno or serrano to it, just a little bit, and give it a little kick.
You totally could. And I want you to envision what this would be like with me and my mom in the kitchen, because literally what we would be doing is we would make an entire bowl this size of the cranberry relish. Maybe 20% of it would be gone because we'd be in here scooping it out and eating.
And I would serve this on a buffet with like tortilla chips. It would be so good.
Yes. And it goes really well with the mashed potatoes. It goes well with the cornbread souffle. It goes well with the turkey. And you can sweeten it more.
But what I like about this is the freshness. Everybody thinks you have to cook cranberries and they get heavy. There's nothing wrong with that. But I love the freshness of this.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Right, I've got to ask you.
Okay.
Because, you know, you spend so much time taking care of everyone else. You make all of these incredible dishes. And we're going to make one more dish for you guys because dessert may be the most important part of Thanksgiving.
Right.
I don't know. What do you do for Thanksgiving? Who takes care of you?
Well, you know, it's really nice. Over the years, my nephew has started hosting Thanksgiving. And so I just usually bring 1 or 2 items from the shop. So I don't have to do anything. So he's very kind. He does a fried turkey. He does a baked turkey. So we have all sorts of turkeys going on. I mean, it's a foodie affair for sure. Because everybody likes what they like. But yes, so he's very kind. And he's only 4 years younger than I am. So we've grown up together. So he decided he'd take that from me, which I really appreciate.
Which is nice.
It is.
You get a chance.
I get a break.
You get a break.
I get a busman's holiday or such.
All right.
Dessert.
Last course of Thanksgiving.
So let me put everything over.
And there's lots of different options. I don't know what y'all do for your Thanksgiving desserts. I've done a lot of different things. I've done apple pie. I've done pumpkin pie.
Which we have apple and pecan here.
A lot of ice cream. But Elizabeth has pumpkin mousse parfait.
And this is so simple. 4 ingredients.
All right, baby, let's go. I love the freshness of everything. Yes.
All right, so this is, and I'm going to let you mix it so we can show everybody how easy this is. So you got 1 can of pumpkin.
Okay.
Make sure it's pumpkin puree and not pumpkin pie filling. Okay.
Good point.
We don't want pumpkin. Put it in.
Put it in here.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar. And you just kind of stir that up. And then I've got 1.5 cups of whipped cream.
Real whipped cream.
Real heavy cream. Whipped. See how thick it is?
Yeah.
And then you're going to put that in there and just mix that all up.
You know,
this might help you.
When I was a kid, I was not allowed to eat whipped cream out of a container. My mother would take me to all of the best bakers in town to teach me my palate what real whipped cream.
Yeah, and it's different, you know.
And it's different.
There's no Cool Whip here.
But man, I got real good.
Yeah.
At tasting that whipped cream. Can I make it? No, ma'am.
Yes, you can. If you have a KitchenAid mixer, you just put it in there and watch it. When it starts to get thick, turn it off. You're done.
Oh, maybe I could do that.
Yes, you can. All right. I'm going to add just a touch of cinnamon and a little spice of vanilla extract.
This is actually kind of easy, Elizabeth.
Yes, it is. That's the whole point, Katie.
I could do that.
All right. Now you're going to pour it into this bag.
Oh, all right. Well,
I can help you do this. So this is just to help us get it in the glasses.
Yeah,
I love to serve it in a bowl of glass.
I would not have been able to do that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Of course you can. So, and then we're going to just take it. I put the piping bag in the container so it's easy to load. Okay.
Yeah.
And so then we're just going to go right into here like that. It doesn't need to be perfect, but
this is beautiful.
Well, I've just got enough to make 2, so we'll make 2. All right. And then this is some whipped cream separate.
I'd love to do this.
And then you get to do that right on top.
Because we need the right amount of whipped cream.
We need the right amount of whipped cream because you can't have too much whipped cream. And the whipped cream has a touch of sugar in it. Okay, that's put a little on mine, okay? I see that. Give me a little bit. That's fine. Just a touch is good. That's perfect.
All right. I'm so
we're going to put a strawberry on top for color and call it a day. And that is a fabulous Katie's having whipped cream with a little pumpkin
This
mousse.
is. I gotta taste this. Hold
Yes,
on.
you
I gotta
can.
taste
Here,
this.
let me give you a
This-
clean
This
spoon.
is incredible. Oh my goodness.
Here's
Now, if y'all are like me and you need some last minute ideas for recipes, or you may need something to get in that oven, y'all come out here to Elizabeth Stone. She's got an incredible store. You can order, website. Make sure y'all download that Fox Local app. We will see y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you, Katie. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Elizabeth, that is so good. Oh my gosh.